Demotivational poster boy WAP tech. U.S. military assault rifles listing, 4.5 million. Civilians own 100 times as many weapons total, not just assault rifles, as U.S. military. 400 times as many in law enforcement. I'm doing the M-16 and M4 there just for visual comparison. The motivational poster used by the news channel or news website that I stole this from made a bunch of assertions, but I'm going to be chopping it up a bit. There are 150 million civilian handguns in the United States, and 3 million civilian assault weapons, as they've decided to define them because they look like or are derived from the military equivalent. 3% of the U.S. population own about 50% of all civilian guns, period, full stop, rifles and pistols. 25% of Americans will actually say they own a gun, one or more guns. And this is out of 390 million civilian-owned firearms. Assault weapons are not the majority of them if you call them assault weapons by deciding you're going to use the assault weapons ban criteria. And again, these are weapons that if you pull the trigger, a bullet comes out each time, not the same as military weapons that don't do that way. Military weapons are capable of firing more than one shot per trigger pull. With the exception of Las Vegas shooting by Stephen Paddock in 2017, the weapons aren't really converted over in any of these situations to fully automatic in a number that would be important. And again, we should actually consider how many actual shootings happen with the weapons. Firearm-related homicides in the U.S. are 70% handgun, 4% rifle, and 2% shotgun. The rest actually amounts to unknown or other, where they don't have a categorization, but they're still considered firearms in some way. This could also include misappropriated use of real automatic weapons from the military. Then again, it could also include hand grenades. The meme in the 80s was handgun regulation, because they are 70% of the shootings. They were and still are. I'm linking to the statistics by the U.S. government and by gun rights activists. Both. Everybody agrees on this. The thing is that mass shootings are overwhelmingly done with the ar-15 or something. Okay, fine. I understand that. And I'm okay with you outlawing it. I don't care anymore. I just want people to stop lying about these statistics. You can look them up. Lying about them isn't acceptable or necessary or forgivable. Can't we agree on facts? Can't we look them up? I'm going to go out of my way to list a bunch of links in the video, I guess, or maybe I won't do it because you can just read them. Hell, TheGuardian.com got some of this correct for once. The United States is overflowing with guns, right? Well, yeah, but again, half the guns in this country are owned by 3% of the population. Sounds a lot like our financial system. And no, the U.S. military and the police do not have a majority of the weapons. But even though by any metric you want to come up with, the American citizens have more guns than the authorities, that doesn't change the outcome of what would happen because of disorganization and stupidity on our part. Both sides prefer to be in a fantasy world where they get to be right all the time. All of us do. You and me both. We all want to be right about everything. And yeah, I'm deliberately misappropriating some image some people created on the net for a news site, trying to prove something that it's the M-16 and the M4 are identical to the assault weapons, which literally have no characteristics except something very important. Now, I'm going to bring this up. I'm stressing this. If it's literally just the look and feel of the gun that you want to outlaw, you can just say that no weapon can be an imitation of an actual military gun. In the past, in previous centuries, any weaponry that was used by the military was just that. Military weaponry? No, it was whatever weapons they could get their hands on. The military versions of things were just made slightly differently because it was needed. Now we have people wanting to make their weapons look like real assault rifles. They're not. They're cosplaying it. This is no different than getting literally a BB gun to make it look like one of these things. It's superficial. I think it's dumb that this is even brought up. And the fact that politicians play this up and ignore the ridiculous overbearing amount of 70% of gun deaths are handguns. And actually a very good portion of those are suicides. The fact that we won't have that debate but we're plenty happy to have these activist bullshit screamers in our midst. That says a lot about what we're really wanting to do here. Nobody wants to deal with any real problems. Okay, fine. But don't get mad at me for pointing it out. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.